As the Lord guided us to this passage to preach, I had no ability to fully comprehend or understand the significance of it. I think it made sense to me at a certain level. But it's sure making more sense as we walk through it. Because goodness and mercy don't just follow you, they fight for you. And today, if you'd set the politics aside, I believe goodness and mercy are on a stealth mission today to bomb and completely destroy the nuclear sites that are sabotaging your confidence in the goodness of God and the mercy of God that is chasing you down all the days of your life. And it is trying today, it is on a mission today to destroy that which the enemy has planted underneath the soil of your conscious understanding, lies and weapons that keep us continually embracing an orphan spirit. Set aside the politics. If you're not careful, some of you are going to get lost right there. Well, we shouldn't be, and we should forget that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that the enemy has planted IEDs, has planted missile silos in the depths of your spirit through lies from your childhood, from your pain, from your past. And he's waiting on you to step on those landmines, because if you just plant them in enough strategic places, before long, hardship, hurt, difficulty, pain, problems, pressure is going to come, and you're going to walk over one of those, and it's going to explode, and somehow you're going to attach that to the God who said he was going to show up when you needed him, and then this lie is going to be confirmed in your mind that see, I am alone. See, God doesn't know. God doesn't care. I just want you to know, I'm coming to rescue, not me. The Word of God and the Good Shepherd is coming to rescue you today. And I think he's going to use me to dig up and help expose lies disguised as reasons why you cannot be favored, blessed, covered, treasured, and taken care of as a valued daughter of God, as a treasured son of God. And some of you are looking at me perhaps like, Pastor, you get so intense. I'm actually good today. And I would say that you're probably good, but you're unaware of the landmines that are buried so close to you, and you're a couple of steps in a strategic direction away from losing a limb. Does that make sense? Look at me. Look at me. I love you. Listen to me. Listen to me. Please let me pastor your souls today. Please let me help you. Please. Would you listen for once in your life to an entire sermon and not be at the restaurant or the house or the grocery store before you walk out of the room. Please, for you. Because the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for your rod and your staff, they comfort me. They comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Surely, only goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house, in the presence, in the provision, in the protection of the Lord forever. Gave you a challenge to embrace with me reading these words and meditating on these every day. Some of you've done that. Some of you went, oh, I was going to do that. I want to encourage you. I'm going to close with this challenge as well. Pastor Brian, could you turn the air conditioner down about 4 degrees? I'm freezing up here. Is anybody else like, Lord Jesus? Anyone else? The wind chill factor right here is about 9 degrees colder than it was on the front. Are you cold? Oh, you have a blanket on. Yeah, you're cold. Okay. You got a parka on, a full body parka. Like, anybody like the hotter it gets outside, the colder the restaurant? I guess we're like the restaurants. Okay, here we go. Lord. Y'all know, we're back at TCAL. We are listening to this sermon at TCAL because we don't play. I want you to write down a statement that I think is going to make more sense by the time we're done than it does now, but I want you to have it because I want to be able to refer to it. What's not transformed gets transferred. What's not transformed gets transferred. And if you get more lies and lyrics, you understand the words I just said? Teenagers, young adults, and I'm talking about all of us older than young adults and teenagers as well. Lyrics. And don't pretend like the music you're listening to does not permeate your unconscious, constant thinking. And if you're constantly listening to things that undermine your ability to confidently embrace that the Lord is good, He's for you, He's chasing you down, He's caring for you all the days of your life, those lyrics are being used as lies from the enemy of your soul to destroy you and sabotage you. Listen, and what's really hanging in the balance is your children and your grandchildren's faith. Because what's not transformed in you gets transferred to them. And if you get more lies and lyrics in your heart than you do scripture, then you got nothing but damage in your heart, not delight in the Lord. So you pass on hurt instead of hope. And you have no kingdom favor, you have no kingdom blessing, you have no kingdom testimony to give to your children's children. Proverbs 13:22 says a wise man, a good man, leaves an inheritance for his children's children. The time to think about inheritance is not right before you hand it off. It's now. I think many people feel abandoned. I think we feel overlooked. I think we feel invisible. I think many of us experience and feel unsafe or even punished by life. And I think that some of us carry shame like it's our shadow. This week I was in California. I sat across from someone. I got to meet several, just when we were in restaurants and different places, different people that God will bump me into. If you're just aware, if you just have a little bit of awareness, God's orchestrating your steps to get the good news of the gospel to people that desperately need it and have been praying for it. And I sat across from someone that said, I think I've run out of chances with God. And if you've ever felt that, then this psalm is for you. And it has two words that are most important. And those two words are for you. Goodness and mercy. Can we put the picture that we just created? Rob, if you can put that up. I experienced that this week with our missionary team, because that whole team came and they helped us put on display in very tangible ways, by giving people who have no financial access to a $400, $500, $600 soccer camp access to not only the highest quality camp in the metropolitan. I'm telling you, no other camp has 10 professional soccer players and 2 collegiate soccer players running all the small groups for 5 and 6 year olds, 7 and 8 year olds, 9 and 10 year olds, 11 and 12 year olds for $35. Did we mention that on the other side of your giving are changed lives? And I got to meet those families. I was there Monday morning early and then went to the airport and flew to San Diego, flew back Thursday and got back there Friday morning. I was there getting to meet all the parents. And we you know why we're doing this? Because we're trying to make Jesus, the embodiment of goodness and mercy, available, accessible to people who feel discriminated or marginalized or separated. And that could be financial, that could be relational, that could just be just something wrong with me. I'm broken and I just can't be fixed. Like I'm nobody from nowhere. I grew up on the wrong side of the track. I just didn't have this. And my mom and dad, they did, and my parents would have, like, we've got 5,000 reasons, they're lies disguised as a good reason why we don't match up. And this verse really isn't for us. I mean, I know that God means it. He just doesn't mean it for me. I'm not saying God's lying. I'm just saying somehow I don't qualify. Does it make sense? You ever gotten in a slump at work? Sales just aren't happening? Have you ever gotten in a situation where you keep dropping the ball and you're working maybe harder than you'd normally do? You're trying to be organized and you just keep dropping the ball or failing at things. You're just going like, what's wrong with me? Listen to me. This passage and these truths, look, they're for you. And if you feel great right now, listen to your pastor. Listen to me. Listen to me. Take these truths, download them into your mind. I mean, plug them in as iOS operating system for your spirit, because the day will come when this barrage of lies will come at you. And if you're armed with truth, you'll be able to defend it, destroy it, and stealth bomb, blow that stuff up. And then it won't get a stronghold in your life like God's trying to punish me. Listen to me. Goodness and mercy. God's not punishing you. He's pursuing you. And I'm pursuing your heart. I'm fighting for your heart this morning. There's three truths that I want to unpack for us, okay? I just want us to look. In this passage, number one, just some ideas from this passage I just want to unpack. Number one is you can trust the Good Shepherd. The presence of confusion doesn't mean the absence of the shepherd. Life is confusing. Anybody know that? Life is confusing. Anybody got some things that you're just confused about? Seriously? Anybody got political things you're like, I don't even know what this means? I kind of want to celebrate the bombing, but then I'm confused that, is it bad? Because, Trump is evil, so anything he does, it's evil. It can't be. But and anybody just confused politically? Anybody confused militarily? Anybody confused economically? Anybody just confused? Anybody? Nobody. Okay, we're just not going to believe. We're just not. Did T-Cal all of a sudden get unhonest, not transparent? Anybody dealing with any confusion in your life? You, okay. All of you didn't raise your hand? Could you come mentor the rest of us? Maybe y'all should come preach this sermon. And the presence of confusion doesn't mean the absence of your shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. He chases me down, pursues me, guides me, makes me lie down. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, even when, he's saying, even though I walk, currently I'm walking, this is confusing. David's life is a dumpster fire, and yet he said the presence of confusion doesn't mean the absence of my shepherd. It means my keen awareness of my need for a shepherd. My buddy Todd from Shreveport, Louisiana, we would go on adventure hiking trips in Arkansas, in this certain place that he said it was the closest to like the mountains in Colorado we could get without having to drive that far. And he was our Sherpa. He and his wife would go and they would hike the Grand Tetons every year, and they do all this. I was like, I just wish I had a job that I could go hike the Grand Tetons. But he would take us, and we would take all of our students. I was a youth pastor at that point, and we'd take them on these adventure hiking trips. We would hike up like 4, 5, 6 miles. Then we would set camp up. So you have to take your tent, and all that has to be in your backpack, everything. And so we had to blah, blah, blah. And so he was leading us on one of the trips in particular. He was leaving, and I would be right behind him. And he talked about these chopped steps, and he would always talk about traversing, and he would just take these little chopped steps up, and I was like, why are we taking? But I was right behind him, and I would just follow literally, and then someone was behind me, and we would go through some stuff, that you're having to gut through, and we just need these little choppy steps. I was like, what are we doing? He said, if you take big steps, you take longer steps, but you so fatigue all of your muscles halfway up the mountain, you'll run out of steam. He said, little choppy steps. He goes, you can do 10,000 of these. I'm like, okay, I like that. That makes sense. Chopping up here and also, but then all of a sudden, we're taking these little choppy steps. We're going down, going back up, and he took us on a path on one of these videos, and I was like, bro, it just felt unnecessarily dangerous. Anybody like, we could walk. We could have gone that way around the big rock. We don't have to get right over here with like choppy steps to my edge of my death. I don't know why we got to be right here. We kept going, and all of a sudden, we come through some brush and through some stuff, and we walk around all that, and then I see him stand up in front of me, so I'm making my way. And what he said, he said, I found a scenic vista that I've never seen before. And he goes, I just wanted to make sure that y'all saw and had the best view. And we could see where we were going to summit, but we could see our progress along the way. And I was like, I think Jesus does this sometimes. You ever feel like God is taking you on an unnecessarily dangerous route? Anyone? Like, just this seems ridiculous. Like, Lord, what we doing? And I just think all of a sudden, life kind of helps God make sense. And once we arrived at that breathtaking vista, all of a sudden I went, you know what? This makes every step worth it, no matter how dangerous it was. What if I just had that kind of faith that the Sherpa, my good shepherd, has better intentions for me than Todd the Sherpa had for me on that hiking trip? What if the Lord really is my shepherd and I can trust in him? And I want to challenge the orphan spirit this morning. I want to kind of bring into the light the dysfunctions of the orphan mindset. And an orphan mindset is, I belong to no one, I have no home, I just don't belong anywhere, and I don't have a family. The orphan spirit, right? Yes or no? Say yes or no. Pick one. Yes? Yes or no? When I say yes or no, and you're blonde in a denim jacket, you want to say yes or no. Not the two of you there, I'm talking about a different blonde in a different denim jacket, so nobody will pull it. Yes or no, right? The orphan spirit, you know what that means? Yes. Or we're going to say it in order. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Kind of like on the airplane. Are you willing to do the la, la, la? Yes, yes, yes. And if you don't say yes out loud, she will wait. So I'll just wait. You understand this concept of the orphan spirit? Wow. Sermons go so much quicker. Orphan spirit, spiritually speaking. And we're going to put these up one at a time, but I just want you to understand what it does. The orphan spirit disclaims the resources that God provides because they feel unworthy. The orphan spirit distances itself from soul rest through fear, anxiety, and doubt. Remember how I taught on Psalm 37:8? If you didn't listen to last week, I encourage you to go back. That it says, get rid of anger and wrath and fret not yourselves, for it only leads to evil doing. Like this is what the enemy is trying to do to your soul. And the enemy wants to distance you from soul rest by getting you as an orphan to embrace fear, anxiety, and doubt, because he knows once you do that, you'll just make horrible, evil choices. The orphan spirit will cause you to distrust the shepherd as he leads you through puzzling terrain. Thus the illustration I just gave you. Anybody, I'm going to just say it again. Anybody, how honest you feel today? Scale of 1 to 10. Anybody feel like you're in some puzzling terrain right now? Anyone? Well, Shannon and I would like to raise both hands and one foot. Just like, anybody like you, like not puzzling, profoundly confusing, and mind-numbingly, what is wrong with us? Anybody else like that besides us? But the Lord is my shepherd. Do you see how when life's terrain gets really puzzling, that the enemy is going to bring in the lies of an orphan spirit and try to get you to embrace that you are alone. You don't have a family. You don't have brothers and sisters. You don't have a God to worship. You're all by yourself. See how the orphan mindset, this orphan spirit, it also causes you to have to defend yourselves because you step out of the covering of God. You step away from his protection through confusion, through doubt, through anxiety. So you try to go do for yourselves what would have been provided for you if you'd have just stayed under the umbrella of God's protection. But now you out here defending yourself, and you're trying to do that which you are incapable of doing and wondering why you getting your tail kicked because the enemy is stronger. And if he could get Adam and Eve, who had never sinned before, if he could get David, who was a man after God's own heart, he can get you and me. He's the father of lies, the best liar. Anybody go, ooh, Satan can deceive you because it sounds right. Does this make sense? Is this making any sense? And so he's trying to get us to embrace this lie. And then he said, listen, then what? He wants us to disagree with God's timing and God's choice of dining venues. You're like, what? He prepares a table for me. Oh, I like that. In the presence of my enemy. Lord, you crazy, Lord, what you doing? What? We're not going to have supper right here across about 300 feet from people who got, what? The Lord's like, oh, yes, we are. Watch this. Hold my communion cup and watch this. Kurt, you okay? That just wasn't funny. That just wasn't funny for Kurt. Kurt's like, I was Presbyterian, we drank wine. Why didn't you just say, hold my wine? I don't know. I'm sorry, Kurt. Yeah, Lutheran, that's right, you're right, Lutheran, my bad. Yeah, their wine was laced with other things, I think. They had the cheap wine, I'm sorry, my bad. Don't, you gotta be careful what you talk out in. You know, I do have the mic, so. It's like when you get seated at a restaurant out on the patio during wintertime, when you'd rather just be inside close to the heaters. And you're like, what are we doing? Anybody ever been confused by the Lord's seating chart for dinner? So the question we have to ask ourselves, listen to me. You're going to have to listen quicker because we got to make a lot of progress here. The question we have to ask ourselves is this. What are we really trusting? So hold on, all right? Everybody, I want you to, this plane's about to take off. And I want your tray tables in their full and upright position. I don't know why you have to put the seat back up. I don't know why 3 degrees makes you risk to bodily damage as we take off. But I guarantee you, there's some. I told the stewardess also. I said, do you know why we have to have our seats up? Because will my brain melt if it's reclined when we take off or when we land? She's like, you know what? I've never been asked that question. Well, that's right. That's pretty much my brain. Things roll off my brain differently than everybody else. She said, I'm going to do the research on that, and I'm going to get back to you. I'm like, okay, I probably need to never see you again. I have to do my own research. What are we really trusting? Listen, buckle up. You ready? Are you ready? I'm just going to come. I just want this to come. Listen, I'm not coming. Look, I'm not coming at you. Sometimes I'm coming at you. Today, I'm not coming at you. Today, I'm coming at the lies. I'm coming at the lies. What are we really trusting? We need the Spirit of God to help us to recognize and then to acknowledge that some trust in sales and some trust in savings. Some trust in performance, some trust in promotions. Some trust in people, some trust in products. Some trust in wealth and some trust in weapons. Some trust in businesses and some trust in Bitcoin. Some trust in politicians, some trust in physicians. Some trust in trophies, some trust in titles. Some trust in inheritances, some trust in influencers. Some trust in resumes. Some trust in resources. Some trust in 401ks, and some trust in fortune tellers. Some trust in intellect. Some trust in institutions. Some trust in medication. Some trust in magic. Some trust in education. Some trust in experience. Some trust in zip codes. Some trust in Zell and zodiac signs. Some trust in substances, and some trust in statistics. Some trust in traditions. Some trust in therapists. Some trust in podcasters. Some trust in personal trainers. Some trust in stocks. Some trust in status. Some trust in horses. Some trust in chariots. But we will trust in the name of the Lord our God. Which is what Proverbs 3 begs us to do. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so that you'll find favor and good success in the sight of God and of man, so that you can trust in the Lord with all your heart and not lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, the good shepherd, and he will make your path straight. I want to give you an assignment. I beg you to consider doing it. I want you to make a list this week of what you're tempted to trust instead of the Good Shepherd. And then after you make that list, write over the top of it, none of these can shepherd my soul. Number 2, not only that you can trust the Good Shepherd, but I think just jumping off the pages is this idea that you are not abandoned, you are adopted. These truths, the Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. The sheep don't choose the shepherd. The shepherd chooses the sheep. Just like this family, y'all chose your little one. It didn't choose you. Those of you who got pregnant, most of you planned it. But probably all of us, once the baby is there, you start loving the baby before the baby ever shows up. You prepare a place for them in the presence of diaper changers. You resource them. You stock up. You're preparing before you even know what their face looks like. You're not abandoned. You're adopted. Can we just say it? I'm adopted. I'm not alone. I'm loved. I'm chosen. I am accepted in the family of God because the Lord is my shepherd. Are we quitting? Are we quitting? I'm not backing up. I'm backing up, but I'm not quitting because the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside, are you still with me? Yes or no? He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. You're not abandoned. You're adopted. You got family. You don't even know about some of them yet. There's some weird Al Yankoviches in our family. But we just love them too. And if you don't know who the Weird Al Yankovic's of our church are, it's you. Someone like, who's Weird Al Yankovic? How many of y'all know who that is? Oh, thank God in heaven above. For all the teenagers, just Google it after the service. After the service. Because you'll be like, oh my gosh. Anyway, okay. I want you to understand that mercy, goodness, mercy follows you, chases you all the days of your life because you're adopted. And mercy doesn't wait for you to get it together. It meets you in your mess. And I just want to say this to you and me, that the orphan spirit can't survive where the shepherd's voice is applied. Mercy isn't a reward, it's a rescue. Lamentations 3:22 says his mercies are new every morning. You know why? Anybody want to just take a wild guess at why? Because we need them every morning. Anybody need a rescue every morning? Anybody need your mind rescued, your heart rescued? Sometimes what feels like your back rescued? Anybody need your billfold rescued? Anybody need your bank account rescued? We need a rescue every morning. He says, my mercy, did he say that they chase you down every day? That's because we need them every day. Every day. Every day. Yet so many embrace an orphan spirit instead of a spirit of adoption. We choose to feel alone instead of loved. We choose to feel rejected instead of chosen. We choose to experience that we're lacking rather than being blessed. And we choose to think that we are tolerated instead of treasured. The orphan spirit cannot live and be sustained when we over and over and over again claim, I am not abandoned, I am not dismissed, I am not neglected, I am wanted, loved, chosen, and the Lord is my shepherd. Can I beg you on behalf of Christ, until this series is done, read this chapter morning, noon, and night till you get it so embedded in your mind that it will fight off the lies that are coming at you every single day. It will teach you, mercy will teach you that your past mistakes don't erase your future purpose. And that's what an orphan spirit champions. Your future purposes are erased because of your past mistakes that you cannot change. And God says, no, because I'm your shepherd now. I want you to hear this statement. The false narrative that you, listen to me, not that you created it, but the false narrative that you embraced in your mind. The enemy gave you these lies, gave you these thoughts, and he gave them to you in the first person, so it sounded like you thought them. But you didn't think them because these were well-crafted thoughts that were given to you to tempt you to think you thought them so that you would think them and then you would embrace the orphan spirit. So the enemy comes at you and he doesn't say, you know, I'm the devil and you should think this. Because we go, devil, what, crazy, what? See, that would be too, that's not sneaky. That's not the father of lies. The father of lies come up and just walk by you like a walk by, drive-by shooting. Just like, man, I sure do feel lonely today. I kind of do feel, man, I sure wish I had nice things like other people do. Man, they did, man, why is everybody blessing? I just got nothing. Man, I sure am fearful today. Man, the economy and Iran, man, I don't know what to do. Listen to me. You don't put your trust in fleeting political administrations, because 4 years from now, the other side of the whole America is going to be in a dumpster fire panic. Just like now, this half of the world is in a dumpster fire. Oh, everything is gonna. Ah! You're still alive. still see you're still eating. I haven't lost any weight since the change over to the new administration. It's expensive, but you know what's crazy? We will cut back on something. We're going to keep eating. I'm going to keep eating my Snicker bar, like. Sometimes y'all look at me like, you did not just say that. You thinking it. I just say it. And that's why I'll be looking for a job tomorrow. Because I should have just thought it. So I should not take a drink right before I get tickled at myself, okay? Here we go, you ready? The false narrative that not that you created, but that you embraced in your mind must fall to the truth of God's word. Let his word be true and everything else a lie. That's what the word says. So it's time to ask ourselves. We may not get to the third point, but I wish we could. It's time to ask yourself some things. You ready? Ask yourselves these things. What got you believing that the Lord is not you're not your shepherd? What got you to believe that he's not attuned to every need in your heart? You ready for the second question? You ready? What convinced you that the good shepherd is not near, not caring, loving, gracious, and kind? What got you believing that? Because there's something, and you need to go dig that up and figure out, when did I first start thinking that I'm unsafe? When did I first? You gotta go back and you gotta dig it up, because what happened was you were having a trauma, a difficulty, a painful pressure problem, and the enemy inserted underneath the ground this lie that has become the foundation upon which you stand, and it has caused you to believe lies that cause you to distance yourself from the goodness of the good shepherd. And you embrace an orphan spirit, which causes you to walk out from under the protection of God. Not because it's not there, but because you don't feel worthy of it. And so you have full access to the protection of God, but you choose out of a spirit of unworthiness and out of a spirit of being less than and lack and nothing, nobody, and you don't belong here. You come out here where the enemy has free reign to blow you up. Does this make sense? And then he goes, yeah, where's your God now? Well, he's right where he's always been. Chasing you. Pursuing you. Running after you all the days of your life. So hopefully you will let yourself be caught by him. Stop running from the good shepherd. Be caught by him and let him bring you back to the flock. And then he can be everything that he's promised, and he is. You just have run from it because you embraced an orphan spirit that said, I'm alone. And if I'm alone, then I have to go be alone. So you went to be alone. You pulled away. Kind of like the woman, husband, they've been married 55 years. Long years, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. She looked at her husband. She said, when we first got married, we used to sit right next to each other in the car. He said, well, sweetheart, I wasn't the one that moved. You think maybe that you think like this, but need to hear the truth of this? Because at any moment, you could just slide right back over, and Daddy would happily provide the love you desire. No, he's still not. Try him. Just give him that chance. God's better than the husband of 55 years. He's the good shepherd. I want you to dig that lie up. And I want you to take that lie. I want you to write these down. I want you to take that lie to John chapter 10, where it will teach you about Jesus is the good shepherd. Then I want you to take that lie to John 3:16-17, where you'll find out that God so loves you and he doesn't condemn you. And then I want you to take that lie to Romans 8:35-39, because it'll teach you that nothing can separate you. And I want you to take that lie to Philippians 4:13-19, that says you can do all things through him who strengthens you, and he will supply every one of your needs with his riches and glory. And then I want you to take that lie to 2 Peter 1:3, that says that God's divine power has granted you and us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of him. And then take it to Psalm 23, where it says you lack nothing, you lack no good thing. Psalm 23 in the Amplified says, I shall not lack. In the New Living Translation said, I have all that I need. We live such blessed lives. Listen, but your quality of life minus your envy, that's how happy you are. Your quality of life minus your envy of others is how happy you are. Life has never been objectively better and yet subjectively worse, because we've embraced an orphan spirit. And I just need you and I to go, wait. When did I start doubting the shepherd's voice? What lie have I believed about God? Listen to me. Write that out, then cross it out, and write the truths of those passages that I just gave you. Can we tweet those out? Can we provide those, Pastor Brian? Can we, you get those from me? I thought they were, maybe I didn't give them. I thought they were going to be on the screen. The last one is, let me just give it to you quickly, is there's this truth about the blessings in the presence of danger. God doesn't always take you out of the presence of your enemies, but he fills you with his presence in the middle of them. He prepares a table in the presence. Like he provides a bounty to feed me. He feeds me while my enemies watch. He anoints me while my enemies accuse. He overflows me while my enemies criticize. But he provides the power to protect me. I mean, what God makes supper, table, delights in the middle of a battlefield? Only a God who is confident enough that his power can protect you and he can serve dinner in a danger zone. If God, listen to me, if God sets a table for you, your enemies can't stop the meal. Because God's goodness isn't circumstantial. It's foundational. So where have you distanced yourself from the Good Shepherd because you misunderstood the pain from your past? You thought it meant that you were alone. That's not what that meant. You thought it meant that he was angry, upset, abandoned you. You thought all those were just the lies the enemy provided. And so I want to beg you again on behalf of Christ to do two things. Number one, write this down. Two things, right? I want you to, again, say with me, and I want you to set an alarm on a phone, right? Whatever you have to do to ensure not good intention about reading Psalm 23 every day, but ensure that you'll do it. Some of you went, I'm going to do it. I am. You walked right out and you didn't, because you didn't make a plan to ensure that you did it. So whatever you got to do differently this week to ensure that you'll actually fill your mind and let Psalm 23 wash your mind and flood up and out the lies and the landmines so that you can dismiss them and get them out of your heart and your life. Like, whatever you got to do, well, I beg you on behalf of Christ. Morning, noon, and night. First thing in the morning, sometime during the day, and right before you go to bed. Have you ever heard me talk about first word, last word? The first word in the morning be Psalm 23. Last word before you turn out the light or turn off your phone, whatever it is. First word, last word, and somewhere in the middle, saturate your mind with the truth of the 23rd Psalm and start living like a favored daughter and a treasured son. Number two, Last one, application. Is I want you in this moment to consider where you are, or maybe with someone who can pray with you and come against those lies with you. Let us pray with you for it. I want you to say these words. Good Shepherd, I choose to trust you again. And the Good Shepherd will embrace your heart. And then he says, since you trust me, let's take this one first step together. And he'll tell you what that action step is. Stand with me, let's pray. Jesus, you are our good shepherd. So we just come to you in this moment and we lift you high, and in our mind we place you on the throne at the right hand of God the Father, ruling and reigning in all the affairs of men. There's no crisis in heaven, there's no panic, there's no shortages. You are the good shepherd because all good things come from you, because you are the source of and the character of and the essence of goodness and mercy. So in this moment, we declare as an act of faith, not as an act of feelings, not as an act of, I'm going to try harder and do better, not that, but as an act of faith today, we are going to declare, God, oh good shepherd, I choose to trust you. More than my boyfriend, more than my girlfriend, more than what my friends say, more than what my social media is trying to convince me of. I declare, oh God, I trust in you. You're the only source worthy of my trust. Now, Papa, ask him this. How do you feel about me? Let him answer. Then after he's done that, just ask him, Lord, Good Shepherd, what's the first next step you want me to take with you? And just trust him in obedience.